biggest difference going from practice playing against your own defense to going into the games live speed?
Yeah, well, the biggest difference I think is that during practice, the coaches always say that practice should be harder than the games. And to be honest, I think it actually is. Like, practice is really tough. A lot of the blocks are different because they're running at full speed, and in the game, you don't get that many breaks. Everybody's kind of tired. Defense isn't putting up much of a pass rush after a couple plays. And everything is just kind of, you have a whole week to prepare, right? When you go into practice, everything is kind of new for that week. So when you go a whole week with practicing into the game, you know what you're doing, you know what the opponent's going to do, so it makes it a lot easier.
You guys are about to play Stanford. Reputation is a very physical program. Does that change any of the way that you prepare this week, and how much have you guys talked about that?
The coaches are saying that we need to basically leave it all on the field. I mean, of course, that's the expectation for every game, but they said that this is the specific game that we need to really put forward all our effort.
What would it mean to beat them, given the hoodoo they've had over you guys the last few years?
I mean, since this is my only second year, I'm not too familiar with all of it, but I remember last year was a close game. I thought we were going to win, and I mean, it's just tough because a lot of San Diego guys are on Stanford, and to be able to go say hi to them after the game, after knowing we won, that'd be really cool.
San Diego State ran the ball great. USC ran for over 300 yards. What are you seeing that they're struggling with in run defense at the moment?
Yeah, well, mainly the thing is, it's not so much they're struggling with, it's just the offenses are executing well. Every block they're making perfectly. So all we have to do is make our blocks, and there should be holes there.
Do you see your run game executing at the level it needs to be at?
Yeah, well, it's the first day of Stanford practice. There's always going to be some errors on the first day. So I can't really say much about that today, but I'm sure by tomorrow, the next day, that we'll have everything.
Just the way you've played through these first 3 games.
Yeah, so I think that every time we run the ball, we miss it by that much. Like when we have a negative play, when we have a gain for less than 4 yards, I think we miss it by maybe 1 block, maybe half a block. So Coach Fraley's been stressing that we need to finish our blocks. We need to make sure we're doing everything he's teaching us, and then we won't have those little mistakes, and then we'll be able to open up big holes.
Seems like you and Andre James have kind of gotten a good connection going on the right side. What do you like about working next to him?
Andre's a pretty solid player. I think he understands the schemes well, just as well as I do. For the most part, he is a powerful player. So when we have a combo block, we can drive our guy off. When it's pass protection, he's really he stays square. He's really firm in pass protection, so passing off stunts is pretty easy. So, I mean, when you have a good player next to you, it gets a lot easier for yourself.
Last question. Who would you say are the guys on the line who have helped you out the most and kind of been your mentors?
I think probably Scott. Scott has been helping me along the way. I mean, most of the guys kind of just treat me as if I'm any other lineman. Because I think when a new player comes into the starting lineup, you don't want to hype them up and psych them out, right? Because it kind of intimidates them. So they just, right, I came in, they didn't even look at me. They just said, okay, let's run the plays. So they've all just been kind of treating me the same, and it's actually beneficial for me.
All right.